My name is David Baskin, currently senior in the accounting program at the University of Buffalo and soon to be MS student. Buffalo is a rich city built on tradition and landmarks, being a few miles away from the beautiful Niagara Falls and home to the famous Duffs and Anchor Bar Wings. We have a great sport heritage, being home to the Bills and the Sabres. And following in our expansive city's footsteps, Buffalo is the largest campus in the SUNY system. Now come with me as we discover the Zeta Theta chapter. To hear about the many achievements of the Zeta Theta chapter, I sat down with the 2010-2011 chapter president, Nathaniel Carberry. Thanks for being here today, Nate.
Thanks for having me.
As chapter president, you've overseen the entire year of activities, in which you've won many awards and achievements. Could you please elaborate on a few?
Most definitely. Over the past summer, at Nationals, our VITA program was recognized as the #1 program in the entire world. Also, one of our members was on the winning team for the Project Run With It competition. During the school year, we broke our chapter record for the number of candidates, topping 90 candidates in the fall semester. We successfully initiated 66 new members, nearly doubling our chapter size. At regionals, we competed in all 3 best practice categories, placing first, second, and third. And to top the year off, this year's VITA program broke every single site record. This year, we brought over $1 million back to our Buffalo community. Throughout the past year, our members gave nearly 7,000 hours of their time, and nearly half of those in service to our community.
Wow, that's quite a large statistic to be proud of. As chapter president, you've had to make some kind of changes and improvements to get to that total. Could you briefly describe some of them?
Yes. One of the weaknesses of our chapter was the lack of leadership and proactive involvement from our committee chairs. To help address this problem, our board established committee chair meetings to help increase the clarity of responsibilities, as well as to provide opportunity to build cohesiveness among our most dedicated members. Other improvements included a brand new chapter website, as well as switching over to a new accounting system to expedite the bookkeeping process.
Something our chapter has been very proud of is our continuous involvement in community service events. Over the past couple years, it's been difficult for us to find enough events to service our continuously growing membership basis. However, we have fixed that problem. I sat down with Wei Chan to learn more. How are you, Wei?
Good.
So could you briefly describe some of the events and hours our club has put in?
Sure. The Zeta Theta chapter has participated in over 2,000 hours of community service this semester alone. These include tutoring, our VITA program, as well as other community service efforts. Events include the Linda Yalem Safety Run, You Be a Good Neighbor, American Heart Association Walk, multiple blood drives, Trick or Eat, Stay Up at UB, Relay for Life, One-on-One program, MICE, and Habitat for Humanity. We also raised money for the Ronald McDonald House and Pacific Tsunami Relief efforts. We also had our largest VITA event in our chapter's history.
So what does community service mean to you and the club as a whole?
Community service is just not a requirement for Zeta Theta members, but is a passion of theirs. Several of our members and candidates have participated in significantly greater hours than was required of them in both the fall and spring semester. Our chapter's dedication to public responsibility is exemplified by our commitment to enhancing the surrounding Buffalo community.
Another improvement we made this year was our switch from Excel to QuickBooks. To find out more, I sat down with the 2010-2011 treasurer, Mohammed Oladejo. Thanks for being here, Mohammed.
No problem, Dave.
Now, what was it about Excel that you didn't like?
I think a major thing for me was that with Excel, our financials weren't organized enough. Like we all know, over the past few years, our chapter has been growing tremendously. As our chapter has been growing, so has our financials. So there was a need for a more sophisticated system to keep track of this increase in transactions. So after careful analysis of the situation and sitting down with both the president and the faculty advisor, we believe that QuickBooks was the solution.
One more change we made from last year is the restructuring of our website. I sat down with Stephen Cutting, our current webmaster, to find out how he revamped it. Thanks for being here, Steve.
No problem.
So as the webmaster, what changes did you make to the website?
Specifically what I did was I created a whole new site with a whole new layout, and I created links to files such as the attendance file, which is updated regularly, allows members and candidates to stay updated and make our requirements. In addition to that, I put up a slideshow from our chapter events, as well as included headlines for our upcoming events and links to news articles about our chapter.
So how exactly did the improved website contribute to Beta?
Our new improved website helped members stay updated and connected, and information is now readily available whereas it had to be emailed in the past. It also helps our members be updated on our events in our chapter, such as our news appearance on Channel 4 of the VITA Income Tax Program.
The VITA program is one of the many strengths of the Zeta Theta chapter. To learn more, I sat down with the 2011 site coordinator, Slaven Drano. Thanks for being here, Slaven.
Thank you for having me.
After a very successful 2010 VITA season, you had your work cut out for you. Can you elaborate on the statistics from this year's season?
Yes. This year, our 194 volunteers contributed 2,183 hours to prepare 803 returns, bringing back over $1,030,000 back to the Buffalo area community.
Wow, $1 million is quite a lot of money. What did you do this year to get to such a large total?
In order to continue improving our sites, we took a few steps. First, we switched our software to the online version of TaxWise, which allowed us flexibility, which then in turn allowed us to run a more interactive training session, which better prepared our volunteers. Additionally, we created new relationships. We partnered with a local high school and allowed its students to volunteer at our site. We also helped them run an after-school site for their community.
Along with VITA, the Zeta Theta chapter has continued to exceed in recruiting. To learn more, I sat down with the VP of Candidates, Ryan Linden. Thanks for being here, Ryan.
It's a pleasure.
Every year, our chapter continues to grow. How many candidates did we have this past year?
This year we recruited 87 candidates, a record high. What is more impressive is that 67 candidates actually completed the requirements to be initiated as members.
Wow, 67 is a lot. What does Zeta Theta do to convey to potential candidates?
We stress the potential candidates that every bit they put into the organization is nothing compared to what they will get out of it. We stress the invaluable networking, education, and service opportunities that are available to our members. Furthermore, we share with candidates how everyone's ideas are considered, and we will support them to the full. If someone has a new philanthropic idea, we will be behind them.
What procedures do you use to recruit such a high amount of candidates?
What separates our recruitment from previous years is the personable environment we've created. We avoid simply telling candidates that they need to join Beta Alpha Psi. Instead, as a chapter, we make ourselves available for one-on-one question and answers and show how approachable we are as a community. I even give candidates my personal email for any issues they may come across.
Along with VITA and recruiting, the Zeta Theta chapter continues to succeed at the best practice competition at the regional meetings. This year was no different. Here to talk about our first place team's finish in the environmental sustainability category and our future VP of Technicals, it's Brittany Schaub. Thanks for being here, Brittany.
Thank you.
What do you think allows the Zeta Theta chapter to continue to succeed in the best practices competition?
I think the most crucial parts in succeeding in best practices is being really creative with your topic and also having a ton of feedback from other people.
These two components allowed my team and I to stand out during the competition and also refine and improve our presentation and public speaking skills.
How did it feel for you and your team to win first place?
Winning first place after putting so much time and effort into something just makes all the hard work worthwhile.
This competition made me value all the resources and opportunities of being a part of Beta Alpha Psi, and actually gave my teammates and I the chance to create our own program and implement it into one of our existing committees. We got to perfect our presentation skills while also contributing and improving our chapter.
Many members look back on their time at the best practice competition as their most memorable experience in Beta Alpha Psi. How has your time there affected your subsequent experiences in Beta?
One major highlight of my experience was that I was able to develop bonds with other Beta Alpha Psi members and get to know them outside of just being at a school setting and attending classes with them.
I remain close with everyone who attended regionals, and I feel a lot more confident publicly speaking.
Oh, hello there. As we have seen today, the Zeta Theta chapter has achieved a lot. We have continuously grown as an organization and members individually. Through our VITA program, recruiting strategies, and community service, we have set the bar high for Beta Alpha Psi. The Zeta Theta chapter has strived to be number one, whether developing programs or helping our community. We have, is, and will be Simply Gold.